Why does Jamie not understand things?
People react strangely to it sometimes, like, wow, they're different to us. They can't be our friends.
In this video, Recognizing Autism, the children are friends, brothers, and sisters of someone on the autism spectrum. Through a training program offered to local companies, staffers learn to recognize the signs of people with autism.
It's not like a virus or a bacteria, it's just a condition of the mind, and people aren't going to have things jumping out of your mind for your skull.
Some things autism can be called is autism, Asperger's syndrome, Rett syndrome, disintegrative disorder, pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, which is PDD-NOS, hyperlexia, and sensory integration disorder.
At a recent workshop, employees at Sky Zone Indoor Trampoline Park in Deer Park received hands-on training from Diane Porter of Missing Piece Awareness, a company that addresses autism awareness in the workplace, training local businesses such as Sky Zone to implement reasonable accommodations for people with autism and families affected by autism to be comfortable assessing goods and services.
If you walk out with nothing else from here, remember, no behavior is dysfunctional to the person that's demonstrating the behavior. Accompanying parents out into the community, we found that they weren't always well received because people didn't understand what the behaviors may have been about or the different equipment that the children had to carry with them. So we decided that we were going to go out and train businesses to understand what autism is and what it may look like in the community. And then those specific to that particular business, how to address certain behaviors, how to make parents feel comfortable, feel welcome. And then what we wanted to do also is promote the businesses through our website, through different media outlets, to be able to have parents have a directory of sorts to be able to find these places. So it's reinforcing the businesses because they're going to get the customers.
Myself and Diane work with children in early intervention, and we found ourselves working a lot at the home and in the basements, and we felt that they would do so much better if we were working out in the community setting. That way they would be able to generalize their skills that we were working on at home. And also just the exposure and acclimation to new environments in the community is so important, because if you can't go out in the community, how are you ever going to join the workforce or find a different interest?
The staff of these businesses, they need to be trained to recognize, to understand, to have the compassion and to have the skills to handle and effectively service children of all abilities. So that's the passion that I come into it with. And like I said, my partners, they have 40 years combined experience working with children with autism, and myself as a mother of a child with autism, that's where my passion comes in.
A food you like to eat? Time's up. Sit down.
One of the many different types of hands-on training exercises for Sky Zone employees is to train them to be more prepared for quick verbal and physical responses from people with autism who can often wander without notice or even throw a tantrum.
We find that a lot of the frontline staff are 19 to 26-year-old young children, and they're just amazing. And it even extends beyond their workplace here. They're going back to their schools, their high schools, their colleges, and looking at children and tantrums in a much different light, looking at parents differently, not judging based on what may have been a preconceived idea of what a bad behavior is. A place you would like to go on vacation?
Tomorrow.
Sit down.
After the training session, Sky Zone manager Andrew Newman now fully understands how to service people with autism.
When I see kids walk in, I wouldn't know what to do originally. Their parents would probably scream at me if I tried to help them in any way possible. But now that I've had this training already, they come in, I can see that if they know what they're doing, I know how to handle it, I know how to treat it, and I can get them on the trampoline and start jumping as fast as possible.
We've trained about 12 businesses, a range of karate studios to hair salons to children's play spaces, and now we've just finished training Sky Zone. So it's been a very diverse mix, and the parents, we've been very well received by the special needs community, who they feel they have a wonderful place to go to, where the staff has been and trained, and they can go to these places and visit and know they're not going to be discriminated against or treated poorly, and that was sort of the impetus for creating Missing Piece.
If you sort of get under their shell, they're just perfectly normal, perfectly nice. They're just beautiful people.
For more information on services provided for people with autism, go to missingpieceusa.com. For Push Pause in Deer Park, this is Archie Snowden.